Welcome everybody to Catfish Weekly along with Chad Fields. I'm Josh, the weekend angler, and tonight, guys, we are going to be doing a complete teardown, cleaning, and reassembly of a spinning reel.
Tear it up.
Which kind of goes back to, a few months ago we did a teardown video with bait casting equipment. And I would dare to say that, probably the overwhelming majority of the cat fishermen out there are using bait casters, but there's still enough using spinning reels, and there's just enough of a difference when you're taking those apart and cleaning them that we're going to go through them tonight. So guys, if you have any questions as we're going along, put them in chat. I can see the chat screen over here. We'll get that addressed and go from there. So Chad, you want to say hi to everybody we got in chat with us tonight?
Hi, everybody we have in chat with us tonight. Oh, you meant one by one. Absolutely, my friend. We got Lynn from Catfish Fever and Outdoors, member Rigging for Fatties. James Dockery Fishing. I do need to stop there because I forgot to say that Lyle will not be joining us tonight. He was asked to teach a yoga class tonight and said that he would. So he's a man of his word. He is going to be yoga in it up tonight. So
who let the downward dogs out?
That's right. We got 205 watt action down east outdoors. Member Brian B. Catfishing. Member Carolina Catsfish. Rowdy Royal. Sean Abney. Brad Becks. Parker Pursuits. Creole Catfishing. Mr. John Boy's Catfishing. Dan Brewer. Bauer. There we go. Whew. Crappie Dave Fish on. If I have mispronounced your all's name, I do apologize.
Did you get Dale Hayslip?
I don't think mine's refreshing.
We got Dale Hayslip. We got Jeremy.
There it is. Okay.
Did it come back up?
Yeah. But I am at the bottom. There's 3 nights has just joined us. We got Ray Smith has been a member for 33 months. We appreciate you, Ray.
Thank you, Ray.
They're starting to pop in here.
Everybody running slow. It's that post Super Bowl funk, everybody had a good time last night.
Is that the post Super Bowl day funk?
It could be the post Super Bowl day funk. That's true.
And there's my buddy Bugman 22. Saw him over the weekend. Saw him yesterday. There's Pontoon Jody. Be careful driving.
Jody. Yeah.
So
Jody was in my neck of the woods the other day.
That's what I heard.
Yep. The Tennessee River anglers all descended on Lake Baldwin.
Yep. Yeah. No comment. No comment, Josh. No comment. Well, Josh, I'll say hi to people as they come in if you want to go ahead and get started and switch your stuff over.
Let me switch the camera over here. We're going to be messing with a Quantum Optics 60 reel today. I've got 60s and 80s, and I grabbed the 60 because this one's been the longest since it's had a cleaning. Not a fancy reel by any stretch of the imagination, but for a $25 reel, it's built like a tank. I haven't been able to break one of them yet, so
ain't nothing wrong with that. What's up, Squirrel? Lance McCoo guy. I'm gonna go ahead and give Josh more of a.
There we go.
Bigger angle here. Actually,
now, first thing we're going to have to do, guys. This braid has been on there for years. This started out multicolor braid, and now it's just bleached. But I've got me one of these little Rapala tools for taking the line off the reel. If you don't have one of those, they're great. But you know what else you could do? Roger from Muskrat Adventures had a video the other day. He took a Gatorade bottle, and he made a tool to get line off a reel. It works just as good as this thing, and it's cheaper.
You know what I thought that was when you first grabbed it? A giant. No, I thought it was a giant Sharpie that I was going to be able to use as an autograph pen. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Let's turn that thing that way. It's got an arrow on it, shows which way to go. There it goes. We just put the line in there. It's kind of cool. It's throwing it all over the floor.
It actually looks like it's starting to get the color back now.
Yeah, man, I don't like that braid either.
And while Josh is taking the line off too, I do want to take a minute, continue to please to keep Mr. Lyle and his family in their prayers. I think he put it out the other day. They lost a loved one. To Mr. Bobcat as well, and then to Mr. Tim Molina. If you didn't hear the news that he put out over the weekend, he could definitely use some a lot of thoughts and prayers as well.
Absolutely. That was. I hated hearing that news the other day.
Me too.
Tim is good people.
That's my buddy.
Man, it looks like Spider-Man come over here and went crazy. All right.
What's up, Michael Fox?
There we go.
So right now, Josh is working on D-line and the spinning reel.
And if you notice, we're no longer in the braid. We're in the monofilament backer. I do a mono backer anytime I'm using braid, whether it be a bait caster or a spinning reel. I like that. And this thing holds enough line that it didn't. I probably put a mono backer on it to keep from having to mortgage my house. So,
no doubt. Yeah, I've priced some braid in the last year for like my low profiles and stuff, and wow, that's expensive.
Yeah. That's why I switched to Cast King, and then I found out it was pretty good braid, so I stuck with it.
I had to check that out.
I usually order Cast King by I think it's the 1,200 yard spool, 2,000 yard spool, something like that. It's like $40.
Dale Hayslip, I am so sorry to hear that, my friend. Dale lost his mother on Friday.
I hate to hear that.
Mr. Dale and your thoughts and prayers as well. Brad Becks wants to know what kind of reel that was there, Josh.
That is a Quantum Optics 60. It's a 60 size. You pick these up at Walmart or Academy Sports. They're cheap. I beat the hell out of my bank fishing equipment. I'm not good with my bank fishing equipment, so I buy cheap stuff. I bought these intending when they broke to replace them with a better reel, and 6 or 7 years later, they have not broke. So, all right. We no longer have any line on the reel. So we can move on to starting to get this thing disassembled. We're going to start off by taking the spool off. Up here at the top where the drag is, we're just going to turn that counterclockwise. Drag's going to come off. We'll set that there. Or the spool's going to come off with the drag. We've got a couple. I can get those up there. A couple spacer washers at a little gear there. I'll pull them off. We can probably go ahead and take the handle off now.
Buggy, if I can figure out how to share on Amazon.
I like Kevin's comment. He said that sound triggered him. He almost went to go set the hook.
What's up, Kevin? There's two stands fishing as well.
Man, if that don't tell you these optics are built like a tank, I don't know what will. Creo said he used one for a snagging reel for years, and finally the only thing that broke the handle off of it.
Oh, wow.
All right. So let's get this thing pulled off there. This thing, I'm actually scared to see what this thing's going to look like when we take it apart. This thing it's been a long time. All right. There's that big old power handle.
It does have a big handle on it.
It's got a big handle on it. All right, let's see if we need a little screwdriver.
What's up, JG Hill?
All right. That little screw right there, its only purpose is to keep this nut from backing off.
There you go, Buggy.
If you lose it, you're going to have a bad day. So let's unscrew that. Get my little grabbers there. There's our screw.
It's just like a claw that you're doing that on as well, like a white one.
Yeah. Oh, this is it's a utility mat. It's a gun cleaning mat, is what it is. And it's rubber backed, so if you do use any type of oils or solvents, you don't get it all over your desk. And it's got like a microfiber top, keeps everything in place. I can beat on this; it's not going all over.
Especially with them tiny little screws and springs and stuff.
Oh yeah, because they'll take off flying.
Yes.
These nuts. somebody. All right, somebody's gonna clip that one. The nut at the top of the spindle here. Can't believe I did that. Are typically left-handed thread. And you can really mess one up. Let's see if this is typically you would turn to the left to loosen it. A lot of the time on these, and I don't remember last time I took one apart, so I could be wrong. Nope. This one you're going to turn it to the right to loosen it. And if you try to turn it to the left, you'll sit there and turn it and turn it and turn it and finally snap the brass off or strip it out. And then you got to get a new reel. But
that would suck.
Yeah. So that gets us there.
Fishing and stuff.
Hey, Keith.
He says 11 days till CatCon, and I get to hug my favorite YouTuber, Chad. He's so nice.
My chat must have messed up. I only got half of that.
Yeah.
All right. So we got our rotor off. We got our bail there. We can flip that back down. We're going to kind of cheat on this today. Back behind us, I've got a my Ultrasonic cleaner. So we're going to use that to do a lot of the dirty work for us. Now we need to get the side plate off this reel. We've got 4 screws there. Doesn't appear to be any more anywhere else.
See, that's what always worries me too, Josh, about doing reel maintenance and stuff is not only losing a piece, but forgetting where they go. Sometimes
that is a lot of the time, almost 100% of the time when you buy a reel, it will come with a schematic. It'll come with an exploded parts diagram.
Mm-hmm.
I may throw the box to my reels away, but I tend to always keep that parts diagram. But if you happen to lose them, you can usually find them online as well. Whether you go to the manufacturer's website or there's, I'm trying to think, Mike's Reel Repair, I believe, had some. Now, the only times you're really going to run into trouble, like if you start buying the Sula Gang and whatever, some weird thing off Amazon that you can't pronounce the name. But those are typically what I'd call throwaway reels anyway. So let's see here.
What's up, Benoit Fishing Outdoors?
Hey.
Matt from Wannabe Outdoors, bumping Mike Greenwell. Butterflies and sunshine.
All right, we're going to have to go this side forward to let us come apart there. So this right here, and that's the truth. Diagram's perfect when you need part number. That right there is your anti-reverse on these Quantum Optics reels. And that is the only issue I've ever had with the Quantum Optics is the anti-reverse will stop working. Because what that does, that little pawl, when the reel tries to turn backwards, kicks out. And it grabs those giant teeth inside that that spindle, or it's got that rotor there. And that's what keeps it from going. And here in a second, I'll show you why it stops working every now and then.
Here's another good tip. Take a picture before taking it completely apart if you don't have a diagram.
That is a good idea, too. Take a picture, set your phone up, record yourself taking it apart. Then you can go back and do it. All right, here's the Achilles heel of this reel. Let's see if I can get it off there without it flying.
We all wait in anticipation.
Off there.
Ooh, Keith's going to have something really cool in his booth. I bet I know what it is.
All right. That little bitty spring right there.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a tiny bent wire piece of spring steel. Over time, that will start to, if I can get that right, see it. That will start to loosen, and it won't grab that spindle there. You can take that off and just kind of bend that thing over on itself. I've got a whole video. I've got a whole short tip Saturday on that. Fixing that because it took me forever to find it. All right, so moving on there. We've got a little spacer. We're going to take that plastic spacer off because it'll, all right, it don't want to come off, so it's going to stay. It's like a bushing, All right, there's our bushing that sits on. Got our main spindle bearing there. 2 more screws. See if we can get down to where we can finally get this thing apart. I'm counting on everybody in chat when I go to put this back together to be like, okay, where's this screw going? There'll be a test at the end.
I've already failed. I'm with Sean T. I'm already going, okay, fine. This will be easier for me to go buy another reel.
This is one of those reels where, it probably is. But
yeah, but to me, though, there's, like with any, whether it's be spinning or the bait casting round reels or low profile reel, there's different values and, or your price points of different reels, right? But learning to do what you're doing right now on something relatively cheap will help you. Like when you buy one of those reels that are $100, $200.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
learning the basics got to be on something like that. It's got to be similar. And why wouldn't you want to try to take care of one of them $100, $200 reels if you can?
This is if I, God forbid, if I break this thing, I can run to Walmart and I can get an identical one that's never had a cast thrown on it, never been left outside. Let's see if that's
what. Who leaves their stuff outside?
Well, it's bank fishing gear, man. It don't typically end up outside, but sometimes it does. Get off there.
Holy cow. Keith said D Fields is making a special appearance at his booth.
Well, that's what's okay. Well, that's what's going to be cool at this booth. Then D's awesome.
Well, he might actually get some traction over there at his booth, if that's the case. What's up, Sampy?
All right, there we go. Yep. All right.
Matt from Wanna Be Outdoors says, my fingers don't work enough to do this. Maintenance with little pieces. Duct tape is your friend.
That's why I'm getting out my dental pics. I'm getting out my little hemostats. If you ever have to, don't ask me how I know this, but if you ever have to go get stitches one morning before you go fish a catfish tournament, all that stuff that they use on you is one-time use. They have to throw it away. And if you ask the doctor nicely, he'll let you keep it.
Really?
Yep. You're paying for it anyway. You might as well keep it. All right. Let's get that little flat washer there on the inside of that bearing. Bearing's turning good. There's our side plate. Looks like there has been a little bit of water intrusion on this reel. Let me get some of that. I need really use a piece of cardstock. There we go. That don't make it no better. But some of the grease in there looks a little bit like milkshake. So we have had a little bit of water intrusion, but there's no seal on this, so that's not surprising.
Yeah.
All right, let's take our there we go. I'm gonna have to take that little screw out.
What's up, Koss?
All right, little bitty screw right there. Come here. What's hanging us up?
Josh D's got a great question for you.
Uh-huh.
But Josh, does it bring all the boys to the yard?
Yeah. Look at that. Couldn't figure out why we couldn't get that out there. It was hung up. That grease had covered up the head of that screw. So.
Oh, wow.
Wipe that off there. Flip this over. And I bought a little bitty, just a single tray toolbox. And I keep all my real stuff in it. All right. Come here. There we go. So now that should pull out. Yep, there it goes. There's our main shaft to the reel. You can see, I mean, you can, if you've ever had lower unit oil get water in it, you've smelled that, you never forget that smell. That's what this smells like right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's our main gear. Everything looks good. There's another bearing for the other side, and all these are low speed bearings. Those are just that the handle runs through. Let's see, we could take this apart. Okay, there's some good grease. It's hard to see.
Yeah, a little hard to see.
Yeah, there's some good grease with the right color, and then there's that milkshake stuff in there. So we can try to pull some of that out. I've got a paper towel over here. We'll get some of that wiped out of there. Let's see if that'll lift. Yep. Now that little gear there has a little bitty cog on it. You can see it right there.
Yep.
So when we reassemble that cog is going to sit in that trough. You see that S-shaped trough on that?
Yes.
That's what's going to make that move that main shaft in and out when you turn the handle on the reel. No real reason to take that piece off. Get that gear off there.
Buck Williams says he finds that Q-tips help with this.
And they do. I've got them handy over here too. Q-tip, old toothbrushes. Go dollar store, get you a bunch of toothbrushes. That's how you know they were invented in Kentucky, because if they were anywhere else, they'd have called them teeth brushes.
Stop it.
All right. So we got that in there. We're just going to try to get a lot of that grease off there. Don't have to get it all, because that's why we have a why we have a ultrasonic cleaner. So let me move some stuff around here.
Just don't lose anything. You're making me nervous.
Oh, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen live. Let me tell you.
Uh-huh. What's up, Dog and I Outdoors? I don't know if I said hi to you, Curtis.
Who was it that mispronounced? Was it Danny mispronounced Dog and I and said it really cool?
Gandhi.
The Gandhi. Danny says everything.
That I've heard.
All right. We could take the bail off. We're not going to. There's no real reason to on this one. It's a pain in the ass to put back on. Unless you're really having trouble with it, that cleaner's going to get in there enough to do that. So what I'm going to do, move a lot of this to the side. Long enough to get the...
Cause I have not seen Miss Katie.
All right.
Ooh, look at that.
And this has already had I put hot water in it and then turn the heating element on it.
So explain what we're doing here. What?
This is a ultrasonic cleaner. And what this does underneath that basin is a transducer, just like what's on your fish finder. And when we turn this thing on, it'll find fish.
Oh my Lord, have mercy!
And when we turn this on, it's going to put ultra high frequency vibrations into the water. It's basically going to anything that it's going to explode that water.
Huh.
And I've got some Simple Green cleaner in there. It's a degreaser that doesn't hurt plastic. Well, let me double check. I believe it's Simple Green. Simple Green, you get dollar store.
Is that from Harbor Freight? Asking for a friend.
This is from Harbor Freight. Yes, it is.
All right, Shanti. Yes, it is.
And if you buy it at Harbor Freight, buy the extended warranty on it. Buy the 1 year, and then after a year, you can take it back, and they'll give you a new one. And they'll give you our Harbor Freight locally will give you the option when you get your new one of paying the $5 or $6 and getting another year protection plan. So you do that, and you get a new one every year.
Interesting.
All right, so we're just going to lower everything down in the water. Let's see.
What's up, crazy cats?
Gear can go.
You know, Josh, this is the most intense cleaning I've ever seen done on a reel.
Really? That's how I do every single reel of mine.
I've not seen anybody do this before.
And you can get these ultrasonic cleaners. They're like $80. They're worth every penny. Let's put the bushing in there. That's got some crap on it. I'm trying to see if there's really anything else that... no, we'll put that in there just for the hell of it. Let's turn that around.
Bugman says, I missed, what is the solution? It is hot water and a simple green?
It is hot water and Simple Green. Simple Green. And I'd like to tell you that there's like a, like it's 10 parts water to 1 part Simple Green. But usually what I do is just fill the basin up and then dump some Simple Green in. So it's never the same. All right. One thing we did forget to do. There's our drag at the top of our spool. We're going to put that in there. We're going to take our drag stack out. This would be behind your handle on your bait casted reels, but on your spinning reels, it's up here at the top. And there's a little octagon. I know it can't hardly see it. There's a little octagon shaped piece of spring steel. We'll grab it. There's the octagon.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. I seen the other part. I thought you was talking about that.
And we've got Let's see. Get these out of there. All right. I think that's the bottom of it. Yes, it is. All right. So we got the bottom of that. We've got a plastic washer or fiber washer, whatever they're going to call it. Then a metal washer. Fiber washer. We've got the metal washer with the ears. See how it has ears? No, you're not sitting there sideways. There you go. Fiber washer and metal washer. So
JG Hill Studio would like to know if you can use the sonic cleaner for a foot massager as well.
My feet are too big. They ain't going to fit in there. This won't fit a size 14.
That's true.
All right. So we're going to put the spool in. It ain't going to go completely under, I don't think. So we'll go that way with it. It's right there on the verge. Everything important is now submerged on that. So I don't know if you can see the LED isn't showing up good on that. But we can, let's see here. 90, 180, 280, 380, 480. So we're going to go 480 seconds. That's as much as we could run. And what we'll probably do is run 2 cycles of this. I'm going to get this. Let me move this camera down. Give everybody vertigo. See that? Okay, that actually might be a little better. And all we're going to do is hit the on button, and this thing will start going crazy.
I thought somebody was getting electrocuted there for a second.
All that, how the water's clear, the water ain't going to be clear when we get done.
Josh is making you all think that he's doing cleaning, but he's actually shaving his legs right now.
It's your story. You tell it how you want. All right, let me switch the camera.
Starting to film up now, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Jeff Beal says, I'm not going to knock it. That's some real dedication right there. I see what you did there, Jeff.
I like that, Jeff. All right, I'm going to turn my camera around while that thing's going. There we go. And we'll let that thing run for, I'm going to run 2 cycles on it.
All right. You scared Dee. I heard her yell from the other room.
Have you seen, you said something about getting electrocuted. Have you seen that guy on, he does like shorts and stuff. And he's always getting electrocuted.
No, but that might be funny.
He is always taken, and I forget what he did the other day. He took something and he put a heating element under, or put a coil of wire under his chair and plugged it in, and it caught on fire and burned him. And he's funny to watch. I like watching him.
That's how I imagine, like, Matt from Wannabe Outdoors with his comment earlier, asking why we wouldn't just take a 5-gallon bucket and use some jumper cables to do this. It works on rust.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Ernie Brown's in here.
What's up, Mr. Ernie? There's member
there's
Chrissy Brown.
There's Chrissy.
So, Josh, how long does it typically? I mean, I know you're kind of walking through kind of step by step what you're doing here, but to fully clean a reel, somebody was going to do their own. How long does it normally take per reel?
Once you get the hang of your reels, Not a real long time. You're going to get it down. I mean, I run CatMax bait casters for all my stuff that I use in the boat. I mean, aside from one or two different reels, all of them are CatMaxes. I'm to the point now I can probably disassemble and clean and put a CatMax together with my eyes closed. But
wow,
maybe it ends up being your longest part waiting on the ultrasonic cleaner, because that's 6 minutes a trip, and I like giving it 2 minutes. I like giving it 2 trips through the cleaner. But that first run knocks a bunch of stuff off, and then that second trip it'll come out real good. We'll be able to take the Q-tips and get whatever's still hanging on. But
okay,
set yourself aside a good hour to clean one reel, and once you get the hang of it, it's not going to take that long. But you don't want, the last thing you want to really be doing, especially if you haven't took your reel apart a lot and put it back together, is rush. Because when you're rushing, that's when a spring's going to go flying or a screw's going to fall, and if a screw hits the floor, you will never find it again. That is a law of nature.
Yes.
If the screw hits the floor, it's gone. I'm looking at JG Hill's comment. Put a metal grate in front of the fridge, hook battery to it. We'll keep the dog from peeing on the outdoor. Oh, wow. That's not a bad idea.
I'm not sure where
that's not a bad idea. Well, we're down to.
Yeah. Now, for the second part, once you get the cleaning, what are you going to be using? Like the same type of stuff you was doing with the round reels, as far as grease and that sort of thing, or is it different?
Yep. Let me get that out here. I use the same oil and grease on everything. I like the Lucas fishing reel oil. You can pick that up. Amazon has it. Of all things, our local O'Reilly Auto Parts has it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're in bed with Lucas Oil, so they've got everything Lucas Oil in there. And then somebody argue with me, but I still stand by this. The best grease on the market for reels is that Penn Precision Reel Grease. And this is a 2 ounce. I've had it for years, and it's still over halfway full. So we can take that thing's. I don't know if I've got.
Copy that.
I was looking to see if I had any. There's a spray bottle of.
Is that the 10690 fishing reel oil? I'll make sure I'm putting the right one in here.
20. Let's see. This is GSESD12. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't really see a.
I'm going to say this looks like the same exact thing there, Josh. I just figured, I would let people have a chance to go check it out. They can check out their other products as well. What's up, Mark? Thank you for the $5.
Mark from Catfish Weekly.
Chat.
Yep. Thank you for the
man, you missed a great breakdown.
Yep, we were break dancing.
We were, and right now we are going through the supersonic vibrating machine that Josh keeps in his No Kids Allowed room.
Yep.
Where he does all of his maintenance stuff. So,
got to thinking about this. The reel grease and the oil. I want to say on that, I've got a video. It was a Short Tip Saturday a few months ago.
Excuse me.
About what parts of the reels get oil and what parts get grease. I want to say there's a link in the description of that video for those two products, and I went and hunted them down on Amazon and put a thing down. All right.
Well, you know what's interesting is frequently bought together on my here is the pin grease along with
like quantum hot sauce on there too.
Quantum hot sauce, fully synthetic real grease.
Yep.
And yes, I just went and got old. See that?
What I'll do later on tonight for anybody that's catching us on the replay or find us months or years later or listening to the podcast, I will go back and put that Amazon link in the description of this video here on YouTube. And you guys will be able to go right here to this episode of Catfish Weekly and be able to find the link to that grease and that oil.
Great idea, Josh. Great idea. What's up, cool cats?
Cool cats. I'm going to step over here to the other desk real quick. Give me just a second.
All right. Well, we'll be right here. Josh, Mark says those are great lubes. Just ask Jerry Parker.
No.
What's up, Lisa Swain?
All right, we're gonna mess with the handle. I'm not running the handle through the. I'm not going to run this handle through the ultrasonic cleaner. There's no real reason to. But that's some multi-purpose auto cleaner, Armor All. We spray that on there, and it makes the handle smell good.
Oh, James, I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better, buddy. What's up, 922?
Get all that.
Chad slime. This is a reel that you adjusted my drag at Baldwin on.
I remember that. That was a great day.
That was funny.
It was even funnier watching you realize what I was doing.
All right, that's all clean there. As clean as it's going to get. And I did start the second go round, so we're about halfway, we're a third of the way through the second go round. So once that finishes up, we'll get this thing put back together.
Sounds good. And if you're like Josh, Josh is a very, very handy dandy person. You know, and he's actually really good. They call him the MacGyver of the community. So he's good with all this stuff, but he's also just taking the time to do it and learn it. So
no, I'm
sure you can do it.
Self-taught on a lot of that stuff. Anybody can. Mm-hmm. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So let me switch over. You remember how that water looked, right?
I did. It was starting to film up a little bit.
All right.
Oh my God, you can't even see it. Oh wait, there's a lid on it. Wow. That looks almost as dirty as Jerry Parker's mind.
I mean, I imagine, I've never seen it, but if I was going to guess that's about what Jerry Parker's bathwater probably looks like. Whenever he gets back from bank fishing. Whenever he gets back from bank fishing. I'm not calling Jerry a dirty person. I'm saying Jerry goes to some far out places to bank fish.
That he does. Looks like we got about 240 seconds left.
Yep. But okay, yeah, it's starting to show up a little better now.
Yeah, we can see it a little bit there.
Sean T said, Mark said, Jerry said, you got to rub them lubes on your joints, Mark, being you're so old.
222 seconds left.
There we go. We get the. So, I think that I will say that the stand hog has been good to us.
That is so true. We were supposed to get bombarded with some snow tonight, but apparently the stand hog has sent it north. instead of
yes,
south.
we were. They put us under yesterday. Put us under a winter weather advisory for this morning. They said 1 to 3 inches of heavy wet snow, and by this morning, they had dropped it down to no accumulation. And by like 8 o'clock, I think they'd canceled the whole advisory. We never got a thing, but it was 50 degrees at 7 a.m. So
wow,
150 seconds left.
About 2.5 minutes left. Apologies. Yep. Oh wow,
getting there. Almost a 2-minute warning. Some people need to put their hands in there to clean under their net. Yeah, that's true.
You know, Josh, I've got a lot of reels.
I tell you what, they make a. What's that?
I have a lot of reels I could bring down for you to grease and clean and.
Bring your checkbook too.
Oh, Lord have mercy. All this, we're brothers, we're friends.
I'll invoice you.
Can't believe you do me like that. I allow you to be on my show on Monday nights every week.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's how you
I'll come in and ninja kick him.
Be careful, Buggy.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yep. Getting down to the end there, 1.5 minutes. Let's see. And that will, if you keep the heating element on this thing, that water will get hot enough you don't want to stick your hands in it. So
really,
I leave it on. It's gone off now. It'll kick off on its own after a while. And what I'd probably do is if I were, there'd be plenty for this one. And if I were going to do a reel right after this one, I'd turn it on and push this thing aside. And by the time I got the other reel ready to go in there,
that's smart.
It'd be good and hot. But
let's see. Oh wait, I need to bring. I could watch a show.
Oh, there we go. I like Sean T. I like that price. It's $70 an hour. Lord. It takes an hour per reel. So how many are you bringing?
Good Lord, you guys charge too much.
Yeah, I tell you what, I get me a booth at CatCon next year. Bring your reel to me. I clean it. Come see the amazing reel cleaner guy.
The weekend reel repair guy.
Yeah. $20 clean a reel.
Not a bad booth.
Then I could walk, or I could just walk around with a sign that says "Hit me $5" and I'd make money.
I'd smack the, you know what?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I'd make a fortune.
I'd be handing to Christina a $100 bill just from right at the get go.
All right, start trying to get some of this stuff out of there. Keep the water in the. Yeah, that got most of that out. Good and clean looking.
Who is the real repair man? Well, Josh will be my real repair guy. There's quite a few people in the community that are good with it. But there are some great companies out there, too, that will also do the real repairs. They, clean, whatever. They can even...
Yeah, even do the whole pimp my reel thing and
upgrade my reel. The drag. There we go. Look at that. Wow. Oh, my God, you're blinding me. It's so shiny.
That's shiny, ain't it?
That looks cleaner than new out of the box.
All right. Now we still got a little bit of it's grease, so grease is meant to not be real water soluble. So we'll have to do some manual cleaning, but we got most of it. Come here. I'm just taking the pieces out one by one. There's the drag knob.
What'd you call me?
Well, I can't repeat it. We get in trouble.
Oh.
You only has so many in a 90-second gap there. So still got a little small coating of grease, but we're going to take care of that in a second. But we got
but overall they're really clean.
They're coming out pretty clean. All right. And I'm just getting everything moved. Actually, I tell you what we're probably going to do is just move the tray over. There we go. Fun part.
What's up, Freddie?
I felt like there is something in there. God, it's hot. All right. I think we got everything up.
All right. Do you think something slid through the...
It felt like there was something sliding around in there.
It could be some dirt down in there too, right?
But we'll find out when we... There's a bug, it looks like. No, it's a big chunk of... It's not a bug, big chunk of plastic or something.
And that's how... So if you look at right there, that's how Jody makes pea soup. And then she throws the hamburgers in top of that, and then
it boils her hamburgers.
Ultrasonic boils her hamburgers.
Yeah, that's how much.
Hey, Jody.
I mean, you look at that. That's how much trash is on your reel that you don't see.
Right.
All that trash on there. So let's move you over here.
Stand 3. You can grease that thing up as much as you want, but it won't. Still won't help Chad catch fish. What the hell, Stan? It's never been nothing but good to you.
Thank you, Stan.
Meter of the Cedars.
I still like that name.
Me
Probably
too.
my
Have a good night at work.
All right. There's our drag washers. I'm just going to give them a quick wipe down with the old nasty rag here. Everything pretty well, other than the stuff that was coated in grease, everything came out nice and shiny now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a visible difference.
Yeah, I can tell when you hold it up near the camera, the shine that comes off of it now.
All right, there we go. Let's get that up there. That's that bushing. Let's get our light back on. There's our anti-reverse pile. Where'd that thing go? Huh, okay, there we go. Still got a bunch of trash on that bearing, so let's wipe that. Come here. Wipe that bearing off. The good thing is, after a couple trips through, I mean, that bearing was coated in, or looked like it was covered in grease, and it wiped right off. That hopefully same thing with this. There we go. We'll give it the old Q-tip treatment.
Jody said, and that would be the last time that reel ever worked for her.
I'm just wondering if Jody were to take one apart, how much hair she's going to pull out of that reel.
That's a good question.
I almost drove up to Baldwin Saturday.
Keith says now you have 5 minutes left to put it all back together.
Ooh.
Can you do it?
Can I do it? I am not Lieutenant Commander Data on the Enterprise, so probably not. All right, there's that.
And Josh does apologize for the camera that zooms in and out on different stuff.
Is it zooming in and out on stuff?
It's not like zooming out. It's, when as you move, it focuses and gets blurry a little bit.
That webcam is very old and it needs to be replaced. And I haven't found one that I like enough to replace it with yet.
Yeah.
All right. There's that.
I mean, it could be worse. They could have to look at my face this whole time. So be happy.
Ooh. Yeah, Chad, when you're ugly like us, you just naturally got to be cool.
That's daggone straight.
All right, we're going to get the majority of that out. All right. A little bit of grease left in, but it ain't going to hurt nothing. I do want to get some of that. Get that off that crap out of there.
Is that just grease in the
yeah, it's a grease in that rotor there.
Yeah.
I mean, we could pull the whole thing out. That's got a bearing on it. Another bearing. So that's pretty clean. A kit on there. All right, everything looks good there.
And do you all have any questions in chat for Josh while he's starting to put this back together that I can ask him to make him think multiple different things?
This is
really challenging.
You're setting me up for. You're setting a trap here. You're going to get me to.
I'm trying.
Put something where it ain't supposed to go. And
3 Nights said that's a worm gear, by the way.
Thank you. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I know what it's called, and I'm not grabbing it at the moment. All right, so let's get a little bit of grease. I got the pin grease out. Just going to put us a little bit on there.
Brian B asks, how many screws are loose in Chad's head? That's not nice.
Oh, that's kind of mean.
So are you greasing more like just the outside teeth, or are you doing the
whole...
I'm
just basically going to hit the teeth on this. We're going to end up spinning reels are a little bit more forgiving than say a bait caster when it comes to grease, because you over grease a bait caster and it'll cast like 10 feet. But
maybe that's what's wrong with Jody's reels.
Maybe. I bought one. I tell you what, I bought one off of eBay one time, and the guy's like, it won't cast. I got a heck of a deal, and that thing was loaded up with, it looked like Vaseline inside of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I went through, because you could use WD-40 to get rid of grease. I went through an entire can of WD-40 degreasing that reel.
Wow. So, note to everybody, Vaseline is not a good lubricant for reels.
Yeah, don't put it in your reel. It was a saltwater reel, so I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But
Donald, I love my new truck. I get exercise too because I got to climb in and out of it. Literally, I have to. It's pretty tall.
I was gonna say, you get exercise at 40, you got to push it.
Oh, stop it!
All right, we're gonna give the bearing a little bit of oil. 1 drop. 1 drop. One drop. 1 drop. Work that in there. Where are you not wanting to drop?
Brian says, I use the Chad method. When I need a new reel, I throw others in the water. Jerk.
Let's see if we can get. Okay, there's our. We got that going. All right, let's see where we're at. That little thing.
Donald's got a new truck too. He just bought him a new F-150. He's got 140 miles on it. I've got, let's see, I would say I've probably already put over 3,000 on mine.
Dang.
So I'll be needing to go in for an oil change soon already. So I went down to what, Baldwin and back, and then I went down to Kerr Lake and back already. So,
well, that's true. Yeah, I didn't.
Probably not 3,000. Probably more closer to like 2.
All right, we're getting there. Drop that in there. I want to make sure we don't miss anything here.
Just throw it all together. If you got extra parts, be all right.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to avoid. All right, let's get our. There's our little flat screw. There it is. Screwdriver.
Keith bought a Abu 6500 from a guy for $20 years ago. He said the dog gears was broken. I can't read that word. Right?
What?
Rift. It riffed fine after I cleaned it.
Worked.
I don't speak South Carolinian.
I speak Keith, so that's
even though he's from North Carolina, I think. That's okay. I'll get them all riled up. They're from the Carolinas. They're all the same.
You're gonna get him good and fired up.
But did I time him out? No.
No, that's true. All right, let's see where we're sitting at there.
I don't want it to riff bad, Jody.
All right, get out of there. Get that off.
Keith ought to bring it to CatCon and just give it to me. That way, at least it'll catch some fish.
Oh, man. That's awful. All right, let's see if that's going to move. All right. You see, we're back to moving now.
I like it. I like it.
So we can get... We're going to get that pulled loose real quick for just a second, though. I want to grease that main gear.
I said, there's going to be a test at the end. There's going to be a part that I don't remember where it goes. All right, let's get that up there. Now we can go ahead and if you're not messy when you're done cleaning the reel, did you really clean the reel?
No. But I will say you are definitely a natural at lubing these things up.
Reel it in, Chad.
I can't reel myself in. Lyle shouldn't leave us alone like this.
I know. What was it? I already had my slip up moment.
That you did. That you did.
Oh, I'm waiting. I'll have a sound bite of that. Somebody have that set for something. All right, let's drop that in. Before we do that, let's get the
grease your worm gear. You don't know what it's called.
Grease my worm gear. All right, there we go. Now we're good. Drop that in. Main shaft goes through. Tell you what, we're gonna give that a real light coat. All right.
I just got a message that somebody thinks that was hilarious, what I just said.
Let me guess. He's the little guy.
That he is.
Yeah, I thought.
JG Hill Studio is going to have that sound bite as a new ringtone.
Nice.
Catfish Fever and Outdoors says, Josh, when's the TWA reel coming out?
Never. Never. All right. Side plate has a bearing. We never took it out, but I did drop the side plate in the thing. Let's get some on that top end too.
Good deal.
All right, there you
go. Valentine's. Just a reminder to all you men, Valentine's Day is Wednesday. Probably be best if you don't forget. I don't let her forget that I'm her forever Valentine and I'm the best present she ever got. So she'll be crap.
Wow.
And if you need a Hallmark holiday to remind your loved one that you're the best thing ever, something's wrong.
Holy crap.
I'm glad my door is locked.
Yeah, she's going to beat you. All right, so we got, that's drag washers. That's outside. That's outside. That's outside. That's outside. Okay.
That was it for the inside of it? Wow.
That's it for the inside. There's not a lot to them. So we'll get the.
That's right, baby. D knows. See, look at that, Josh. Hallmark holidays hold no weight in our house.
Okay, yeah, that's true. All right, I'm just going to drop all 4 of those in.
Because even though it's Wednesday, you know what, Josh? If I want to, I'll go buy me a new rod and reel tomorrow on a Tuesday, the day before Valentine's Day, and she'll love it. And she'll use it.
So we got that all in. I've dropped all 4 screws in. Now we're going to do the final tightening. We're going to crisscross pattern.
Now, why do you go on a crisscross pattern?
That keeps you from keeps you from taking and getting one side. Like if you screwed this down all the way over here, it keeps everything nice and flush as it's going down. You're not going to put anything in a bind.
Good to know. Good to know. I thought maybe it was because crisscross made you jump.
It make you jump. Wow.
Yeah. Jody hopes she gets a cast net or a worm farm.
Cast net or a worm farm?
Yeah, it's a.
Huh.
There's my buddy Big Bill's veteran catfishing.
What is there? Come here, you.
And that's the other thing. If you wait till, I like that squirrel. If you wait till Thursday, everything is discounted. You can buy extra chocolates.
That's where you get Reese's. Reese's are always good.
Oh God, yeah, all Reese's.
Let's get that on there. That one. Let's see where we're sitting at now. Here we go. Get the anti-reverse on. That little thing. There's that little guy. All right, we are going to go ahead and put a little bit more of a bend in this while we have it out.
What is that, Josh? Is that
that's that spring that controls that anti-reverse, and I'm just going to bring it over itself.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Come here.
Ooh, yeah, Jody. Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, we could. Here, we'll make life easy.
Lynn says, I see an Iowa boy caught a 70-pounder at Raccoon Mountain.
Really?
There's only one Iowa boy I know that's been around at Raccoon Mountain, so I have not heard about this yet there, Lynn. Duh.
Give that a little bit of grease.
That squirrel said worm farm must be hog leg. Yeah, Jerry, that's what I throw now is an 8-foot 5/8 mesh. I'd like to find one with a little bit more weight, and I also want to buy one I want to buy a tape net for certain times of the year and certain locations.
I want a tape net.
I mean, most of the time you don't need it in where I'm throwing, but there are some times that you got to find the deeper holes in the river. You need it to stay open.
All right, that one's on. We'll tighten that down. Make sure to still move. Yep. That screw there, you tighten it down too much. This anti-reverse pawl won't move. So let's test fit that before we go much further. It'll spin one way, but it won't spin the other. All right.
Nice.
We're in good shape on that one.
Good deal.
So let's get, we can probably actually put that one. Let's go ahead and get our nut on there. Again, left-handed thread. So turn it left to tighten it. Turn it counterclockwise, tighten it. That crescent wrench on there. You don't have to take and really pour it to it. Just get it good and snug.
So hand tight, not like super crank.
Yeah, just snug it down and then have a flat side facing that where that screw hole is. Of course,
depends on what you're wanting for, or yeah, wanting it for, Brian. If you're looking for a new laptop, HP obviously makes good computers, but like the computer I went with when I was looking, because I wanted something that has a good processor for streaming plus editing and all that stuff, I went with an MSI.
MSI is what I'm running right now.
It's a gaming, it's made for gaming, not, so.
Yeah, Brian, look up the MSI. I'm going to type it in chat. MSI GF63. I got mine on Facebook Marketplace. Some kid bought it for gaming. Get in there, you little shit.
Reminds me. Yeah, I've got the GS66 Stealth.
All right, everything's going like it should. We're going to set that part aside for a second. We're going to build our drag stack back up.
Mark, nobody wants an Apple product.
No. I ain't taking no Apple nothing. All right, that's good and clean in there. Now you can take a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of grease and grease these fiber washers, and it'll make your drag a little bit smoother. Or you can run it dry. Either one's going to work. I like just a little bit. And all I'm doing, I'm putting that much grease on my finger. And that's going to be enough for every single one of these drag washers. I just want it to have I probably ain't going to show up in the thing. See, it's got just a little bit of a sheen on it.
Yep.
That's all it needs. So we got that one. That one. Oh.
Yes, JG Hill, he sure did.
What's that?
Quit trying to trigger me, Mark, and your Apple.
There's our one with our ears.
Yep.
Get in there. There we go. Need just a bit more. Whoa, too much. So we got that one. There we got. Did I miss the one with the ear?
It's right there. It's right there in front of you,
Well, I've got one with the ear, but I got another one in there. I've gotten out of sync here. Hold on. Oh. That's what's in that. Where I said there was something in that that cleaner.
Yeah.
I bet that's what I felt in there. I should have a drag washer and then one. Okay, no, we should be. We're probably actually good. Okay. I'm running my hand through that. That water's still hot. All right, no, I think we're good. They got out of order, and that made it crazy.
Yep, fishing and stuff's right. Look at the specs on a computer more than the name brand. processors, RAMs, preferably an SSD.
Yep. Find you one that'll take an M2 drive, and man, they're so much faster.
Yeah, I've got an M2 drive and something else in my Amazon cart right now waiting. I'm gonna soup mine up.
M2s, if you're gonna buy one, buy it sooner rather than later, because there is a shortage on NAND chips at the moment, and it's going to make the M2 drive prices go up this year.
Well, thanks for that. Now I'm waiting on make sure I have the money to do that. So that's why I haven't ordered them yet.
All right, let's get our bottom menu.
But I'll be quadrupling my storage and also my memory.
Yeah, that one I built last year, I put 64 gigs of RAM in it, but I did it in 2 sticks. That way I could go back at a later date and add 2 more and take it to 128.
Yeah, I'm going from 16 to 64 and a 1 terabyte.
You'll notice one hell of a difference.
Yeah, 1 terabyte to 4 terabyte on the storage.
I've got you've seen all the storage that's in that computer I built.
Oh yeah,
3 or 4 terabyte drives in it, and then
yours is a desktop, right? So
mine's a desktop, so I got plenty of room in there.
Yeah, mine's my laptop is what I'm going.
All right,
updated mine.
So we got our drag stack in there.
Excuse me.
Now we got to get our little octagon washer in. And you pretty much just got to hold your mouth right. There we go. That ain't in. Okay, yeah, it is. So we can take that off. Put this little sprocket here. The only thing that thing's doing is grabbing that little ear on that. That's what makes it make the sound when your drag goes. It goes ching. It rings like a bell or whatever. It's that thing going against the teeth of that sprocket. That's all it's there for.
Oh Lord, Jody done got D going.
So if that ever breaks, and that piece I've got that broken on a few different reels. If that piece ever breaks, your drag still works, your reel still works fine. It just don't make any noise anymore. It's not worth trying to order that part to fix it. All right, so we got that. Put our 2 spacers in. Down there. Drop that down. Yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the. Okay. We have drag. All right. All is good there. Reel is smooth. Let's put the handle on the right side of the reel and get everybody in chat bugged up.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Well, everybody always tells me I have the handle on the wrong side.
Yeah, me and my brother argue a lot about that. They're just telling me stupid.
My bait casters I reel with my right hand, and my spinning reels I still reel them with my right hand.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got.
Look at that. Beautiful.
We got one thing left to do to it. We got to put some line on it. We need
See, I'm the only one that believed in you, Josh. Everybody in chat said that you would not get that back together.
Mark. Be enough of that.
Oh, I was getting ready to do the same thing. I was trying to get my mouse over to it.
All right, we're gonna tie it. We're gonna tie some arbor knot to get that thing tied to the spool. Real easy. We're just gonna tie an overhand knot, pull it tight. Find my snippers. All right. So now we got that little knot on the end of the thing. We'll come around. Open up you. No. There.
Ooh, you're hurting my eyes right now.
All right. This was not made for people with big hands. All right. We're just going to tie an overhand knot. Make a loop knot, basically. We can pull this tight. Make sure you open your bail.
I wasn't going to say nothing. I was going to see if you'd do what I do almost every flipping time.
You know what? No, I saw a thing one time. Somebody did that. They're like, "Oh, you know, have you tied your rig and then you've done this?" You take the spool off.
Yep.
And then you the bail. You put the thing back on. It's all there is to it. All right. So that's now that slip knot will go down, but it'll only go as far as that first knot we tied. So we got that. I don't know how old this line is, but it's probably older than I'd like. I need a...
I don't know who did that, Keith.
What's that? Oh, yeah. Let's see here. I need a bottom end of a spinning rod is what I need. There's one. There's something that'll work. I made that one thing for spooling. I don't know if that'll fit in there or not. But no, that ain't gonna work. All right. We're gonna have to get something else.
Jody, that's probably not the greatest idea.
What'd she say?
She uses a polymer knot to put the line on the reel.
I guess it'd work.
Yeah, but I would much rather my line break or whatever if I ever had something that was able to spool my reel versus tearing it up. But you'd have to be using some heavy duty line.
You would have to be using some heavy line for that. All right, not really how this is meant to work, but it's.
I heard that, wife.
This used to be a Muddy River flathead rod.
I remember when you made that rod.
Poor old
Chris Flores about had a aneurysm.
Yeah, Chris about had a heart attack when he saw what I did. But I was like, I broke it. He's like, it broke, and I said, dude, I broke it. Okay, now I'm having to reel this thing like an idiot because I'm having to turn the handle backwards to do this, but. Let's see if we can get off the end of the spool. There we go. That spool of line is dancing all over the desk.
Press conference. What are you talking about, B?
There we go.
Uncle Lou, what are we breaking? It sounds like Josh's knuckles, but he's also reeling he's putting his spool, filling the spool back up, and he's reeling it backwards.
Reeling it backwards because I didn't think enough to bring a spinning rod in here with me. Got the thing dancing all over the desk. Which tells me it's time to probably build a spooling station for spinning gear.
Maybe.
Oh, you piece of junk. All right. Stay where you're supposed to be. There we go.
He's trying everything he can to keep that.
And I would pick the reel that takes a ton of line.
Yes, you would.
Stay. Why aren't you staying? I'm trying to keep tension on that too. Huh. I don't want to do that. It's almost there.
Right now with that sound, all I can picture is Arnold sitting there chopping down trees with that gun.
All right, there we go. All right, so we'll take we got us a loop. We got a full spool of line.
Tell you what, I sure could use that underwater drone, Keith, when I go fishing.
Keith has an underwater drone.
That's what he said.
Just think of all the stuff you could find, Ted.
You know how I was gonna say, you know how much gear I could get back?
All right, let's get that out of there.
Maybe that's how I'll sell D and get me one of them.
You can go get your phone back from.
I probably could. I mean,
Right.
I would ask Keith to go catch it for me, but we all know that he can't catch anything.
All right, there we go.
How come sometimes when you go to cast a spinning reel, the line falls loose off the reel before you can cast it? You may be over spoiling it.
It could be overspooled. I like to leave. It's hard to tell, but there's
an eighth of an inch. I was gonna say an eighth of an inch on the lip. There is usually what I go by.
Yeah,
or a thumbnail.
Or so. Or you could, if you have a ton of line twist, it'll do that too. If it's wanting to go off the other direction, but you could take this line's really kind of too heavy to get on that line catch. But you can, if we could get that in there, and I don't think it's going to. No, it don't want to get underneath it. If we get under that line catch, you can take that spool off, and you could soak that spool in some hot, clean water. We wouldn't do it in the ultrasonic tank. because it would just get all kinds of crap on the line. But that will remove that memory off that line too. So overspooled, leave about 1/8 inches. There, Stan, there we go. Stan just knocked it out of the park.
He learned a lot from me.
Keith said that phone's 3 foot deep in the mud by now. Run spool under hot water. There we go. Take old memory from line former to the real spool. So we now have a clean and ready to go back into service quantity.
Great job, Josh.
Let's switch cameras again. And we didn't do too bad. We definitely didn't make the 5-minute mark, but
no. But you know, you got to show the fans.
Showing how to do something, double your time on it easy. So
yeah. Thanks for showing us that tonight, Josh. It's turned out to be a much needed and prettier reel that you have kept going, and you know, at $70 an hour versus a $25 new reel, I can definitely see the worth of what you did tonight.
There we go. Yep. Hey, look, Mark made it out of timeout too.
Oh, did he?
Jody, that was 25-pound Berkeley big game that went on there. In the neon green color.
So probably about 30 to 40 pound regular line.
What's that?
I said it's probably about the same as a 30 or 40 pound good line, like Andy Monster or FOA line. I'm just saying.
I'll stick with my Berkeley. I can get it cheap at Walmart, and it's and it sounds like Mark's favorite college. So
no comments. Yep, y'all did a live without Lyle, and YouTube didn't boot you all. So good job, fellas.
That's worth a thumbs up right there, isn't it?
That is true. All right. Well, any final things you need to tell anybody about that you may not have thought about yet?
Not that I can think of. We ran real long, so we will. We'll get the bragging board. We'll show 2 of them next week, and
sounds good.
The board will be hopefully be up Wednesday before Panfish Nation, like we have been putting it on. But
sounds good to me. Make sure you guys and gals go over and watch Panfish Nation Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern at 7 p.m. Not God's time. And on Thursday night, you have the bait shop over on Fields to Water. Come on over and hang out with us. There's all kinds of BS and shenanigans.
Yeah,
and sometimes controversy.
What do you guys have on the agenda for the bait shop this week?
I'll have to find something controversial to talk about. I don't know.
No, there we go. That'll work.
That, or I'll just make fun of everybody in chat. I don't know.
But no, if I can get it done, I got a cool video dropping probably the early mid part of this week. You guys want to check that one out? I don't want to give a whole lot of details on it, but it's pretty awesome. So,
yeah, it's a good idea there, JG Hill. If you haven't, please make sure you hit that thumbs up on your way out. Hope you guys and gals have a great rest of your week. I will be timed out. Oh, but user, time out. There we go. Why wait till Wednesday now? I'll time you out now.
Yeah, we do it now.
Oh, yeah, we just did it now. All right. Have a good night, everybody. We love you. Have a good week.
Have a great week, y'all.